Hi, today we're going to learn about tricky words. I know that in kindergarten you already have learned a few tricky words. So we're going to talk about three different tricky words today. Our first tricky word is the word I. We're going to think how many sounds are in the word I. I. There's one sound. When I want to write I, as a tricky word, I have to think about I being an uppercase or capital letter. That's what makes it tricky. I hear I know the letter I, but the word I means that it's talking about a person. When I is by itself, it's talking about a person, and we have to capitalize if it is talking about a person. So let me show you. Like, I am a teacher. I would use this I. Or I have blonde hair. I would use this I. I am a person. I is an uppercase or capital letter. There's your first tricky word, I. Let's look at our next tricky word. The tricky word is are. Listen again. Are. First, I need to think how many sounds are in the word are. Let me think. Are. I hear one sound. Are. Now it's tricky because you might not know how to write that sound yet. You might think about are or are, but if I want to write the word are, I need the sound A R. That makes the R sound because the letter says okay, R. There's another tricky part of R. There's an E at the end, and that is the word R. A-R-E. That spells R. Not just the sound. Oops, you can't see that. Not just the sound R, but the word R. So I need an E because I want to make the word R. A-R-E. R. All right, we have one more tricky word for today. The tricky word is little. What's the word? Little. All right. We have to think. This word's extra tricky because little, there's two syllables in this word. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do something like this. Here's our first syllable, lit. Here's our second syllable, ul. I need to think about the sounds. Maybe you can help me. Ooh, it. There's three sounds in that first syllable. Ooh, it. Lit. What about the second syllable? Ooh, lit. Ul. That's how I say this word. Lit. Ul. All right, now comes the spelling part. This first syllable, I think you could help me with. Let's see. Ooh. Is that what you were thinking? It. That's not tricky. You knew that. Ooh, it. Lit. The first syllable isn't what makes it tricky. It's the second syllable. Lit. Ooh. And you might be thinking, I need ooh, L. And you're right. But this second syllable, to spell little, I need TLE. That is what makes it tricky. I say little, but when I spell it, Little. And I'm going to underline that part because that's the tricky part right now. As you get older, this won't be tricky anymore, but we need you to spell little before you get older. All right. So hopefully you learned about some tricky words today. I, R, and little, and we will start to see you read them and spell them and write them. Thanks for visiting.